Now, in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to actually trade CRT using Model 1 in Candle 2, not Candle 3. So I'll really advise you all to just take your time and watch. You're gonna watch, and if you don't understand, you're gonna watch again. Just keep on watching till you grab something at least. So what is CRT? CRT is candle range theory, and we CRT traders, we pick a candle and we trade a candle, or we pick a range and trade the range. Now, as a beginner trader, I will actually advise you just to stay on the higher time frame, because for me personally, I trade using the 30 minutes to the 5 minutes range. I don't need to go to my higher time frame like the daily to the weekly to pick a candle. No, I trade using the 30 minutes to 5 minutes directly. But before you can actually start doing what I'm doing, you really need to understand how to pick candles on the daily time frame. I mean on the higher time frame, sorry. How you can actually pick candles on the higher time frame. So the first thing you really need to know is how to pick candles. Like I said, CRTs, it means candle ratio. That's to tell you that every single candle you see is a range. Now you just pick a candle and you just trade that candle. You can either buy, you can either sell, whatever. Now CRT is a 3-candle model. Now when you hear the word 3-candle model, it's actually trying to tell you that it has to pass the 3 phases of the accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution. So when you hear the 3-candle model, that does not actually mean it has to just be 3 candles, 1, 2, 3. No, it can be multiple candles, but it has to pass through the phase of the accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution. So now, how can you actually pick candles, or where can you actually find the CRT candles? Now, first thing you really need to do when you get into your chart, you need to zoom in and zoom out of your chart and look at the old chart pattern. You're going to look at the old chart narrative and check, where is the liquidity? Where can you actually find the candle high, candle low, and whatever? Now, the first thing you need to know is this: to pick candle 1 actually. Now, candle 1 has a candle that clears the range high or range low, or the candle that taps into the fair value gap, the order block, the breaker. Now, most of the time, we try to trade the candle that clears the range high as a previous day range high as a second candle, and most of the time get stopped out, and you're gonna be like, this CRT sheet does not work. But yeah, it works, but the problem here is you pick the candle wrongly. Now, how can you pick candle? When you get to chart, you're gonna ask yourself, this candle I picked right here, as this candle clear a previous day high or a previous day low, or a liquidity, any liquidity like any high or any low, or is it happening to a fair value gap, another block, a breaker? Now, how I took this CRT trade, I caught it from candle 2 right here. Now, I picked this candle as my candle 1. Why did I pick this candle as my candle 1? Like I said, the candle that clears the range high or the previous day high or low is candle 1. Like this. This candle, I picked this candle right here, of course. This candle took out this eye. It took out this eye too. Took out this candle eye. It took out this eye. And I marked it as my candle 1. Like this. As my candle 1 like this. And how are you going to be sure, or how are you going to confirm that candle 2 is going to come out as the CRT candle 2, not just another candle trying to just break out of this eye and continue buying up? Now the first thing I do is this. After picking one candle, just know this. If you're still confused of how you can actually pick candle, just pick any candle. Any candle you see on your chart, just pick the candle. If this is the candle, just pick one candle. Mark the high, you mark the low. Check the candle you pick, check. As this candle just clear, it prevents the high, or an high and low, be an high, low, a fair value gap, or is it happening to a fair value gap, another block? Just pick the candle. Now what you want to do is this. After picking the first candle, this CRT candle here, this first candle here, after marking this first candle as the CRT high and this the low here as the CRT low, all you need to do is this. You need to go to your 1 hour time frame. Now you need to go to your 1 hour time frame. For any candle you pick, as your candle 1, candle 2 has to form the model 1 and an entry. If you don't see it, you don't take that trade, then definitely the candle you picked was wrong, or the candle you picked was not the correct candle. Now this box right here is candle 1, and this box right here is candle 2. Now how can you trade the model 1 on candle 2 instead of waiting for candle 3? How you can actually catch from the model 1? Now the first thing you need to know is this. What is model 1? Now model 1 in CRT is actually the big bulky candle that comes out of the range. The big bulky candle that clears the candle 1 range is the model 1. But not just any big bulky candle that comes out of the range. Now, looking at this now, this candle here came out of this range. But this candle here is a bulky candle, but this candle was not our model 1 candle. Now why? Now what are the things you need to see, or what are the confluence or the confirmation you're going to see to confirm that this candle is actually the model 1 candle? Now the first thing is this. It has to be a bulky candle. Now, it doesn't matter if the next candle take out the high or the low. Now, what matters is, after picking your first candle as your bulky candle model 1, the next candle that follows it has to close inside. Take note. You're going to take a pause right now. And continue. Take note. Now, after any candle you see, any big bulky candle you pick as your model 1 candle. Now, what are you going to see, or what confirmation are you going to use to know that this candle is actually the model 1 candle? After picking a big bulky candle, the next candle that follows has to close inside, or most of the time it closes beneath it, like this. It closes beneath the candle. So this is the first bulky candle that came out of the range. All you need to do is just to mark the eye of the candle, and you want to mark the low of the candle like this. Now, the first bucket candle that came out of the range was not the model 1 candle. Why? Because the next candle that follows it didn't close inside. It closed above it. So when you see something like this, after marking the first big bucket candle, if the next candle that follows closes above, then definitely the candle you pick is wrong. That's trying to tell you that, oh, then you have to pick the next big bucket candle you see. Now, this candle right here was a bucket candle, but it wasn't the model 1 candle. Now, model 1 candle has to do something like this. You're going to see a big bucket candle. The next candle that follows has to close inside like this. After picking your bucket candle like this, the next candle that follows has to close inside like this, or most of the time like this, or most of the time you're going to see price just going to close, or it closes beneath it like this. Then yes, this first candle is your model. This candle you pick was correct. Or most of the time you're going to see something like this, because it's not compulsory for the candle to take out the eye of the candle. No, most of the time you're going to see the next candle do something like this. Now, when you see these actually tell you that, oh, this candle you pick is actually the model 1 candle. I'm going to repeat what I said. For you to know if the candle is going to be the model 1 candle, when you pick a bucket candle, the next candle that follows has to close inside, not above. If you see price closes above, then that's trying to tell you that, oh, you have to pick the next bucket candle you see and try the same thing. If the next candle after the next bucket candle you pick closes above, then that's trying to tell you that, oh, price is telling you that no, it's not going to sell, it's going to buy. And before price actually has to buy, you're going to see something like a PDRA, like fair value gap. Price is going to form a fair value gap up here and rally up. Now, after we pick this first candle, after I saw this big bucket candle, immediately this candle closes above. I knew that this candle right here was not the model 1 candle. Definitely it's telling me to pick another candle I see, or another bucket candle I see as my model 1 candle, and do the same thing. Now, immediately this candle showed us that it wasn't the right candle. I had to pick the next bucket candle I saw. First, you need to know, when you say a bucket candle, the next candle that follows it has to close inside. It doesn't matter the color of the candle. It doesn't matter the color of the candle. The next candle just has to close inside with a body, not just wick. You need to close inside. Now, when you say the candle close inside, that is not the confirmation for you to enter the sell position. No, you still need much confirmation. Most of the time, the first candle just closes inside, the next candle just closes inside, or most of the times too, you're gonna see price just break the big bucket candle and close beneath it. Now, immediately this candle failed, I had to pick the next bucket candle I saw. I marked the eye. No, you don't need to mark there, just mark the low. Like this. Now, immediately I saw this candle closes inside. That didn't give me the confirmation to sell. Now, the main confirmation you need, or the confidence you really need to see to be sure that this candle right here is actually the model 1 candle. Candle need to close beneath it. It's either you see the second candle or the third candle need to close beneath it. Immediately you see price closes beneath the big bucket candle you marked. That is one confirmation. That is one of the confirmation that the market is going to sell. Now take note, the model 1 candle causes the market structure shift, telling you, oh, the market was going to buy before, it was going to buy, and the market just changed direction to a bearish bias. Take note, the model 1 candle causes the market structure shift. It changes the market's direction totally. Now, immediately I saw this candle closes below this big bucket candle. That was one of the confirmation. That was the first confirmation. Sorry, that was the second confirmation. The first one was price closing inside. I wasn't sure. The second one, price closes beneath. That was the second confirmation. Now, how can you actually place your entry using the model 1? Or what are you going to see to confirm the bearish movement? Now, since this candle closed beneath it, definitely this big bucket candle you choose was actually the correct candle, or is actually the correct candle. So definitely this big bucket candles, you're just going to mark it as your model 1 candle. That's this big bucket candle right here. This big bucket candle right here. Now, how are you going to place your entry, or what are you going to see to be sure that this market is definitely going to sell? Now, immediately after the model 1 candle, you're going to see price is just going to drop, and immediately you see price go back and form a rejection inside the model 1 candle. You see price taps it and rejects it. Once you see price taps into the model 1 candle and reject it, that is, you see candle closing below it again. Like this candle right here. You see this candle close below this model 1 candle after price tap into it. Like I said, how are you going to place the entry? You're going to see price tap into, you're going to see price smack into this model 1 candle and form a rejection, showing the market structure shifts that the market is not going to buy. You see the market was buying from here, the market went down, the market went up, smack into this point right here. If the market was going to buy, the market was just going to keep on going up. But immediately the price smack into this model 1 candle, it forms a rejection candle. It forms what? A rejection. How are you going to confirm yourself? You're going to see price closing below the candle model 1. You see this big candle right here? It closed below the model 1 candle. That is a sign that the market is actually showing the words a rejection, telling you that the market is going to sell, or the market has changed the bias of being bullish to being bearish. And take note, all these must be happening around key time. All these must be happening around key time. I'm not going to talk about the time right now, the key times right now. I'm going to talk about the key time in my next video, but I just want to talk about the model 1. In my next video, I'm going to be explaining the key times you need when trading CRT. Now, back to what we're saying. After seeing this rejection, after seeing price make this big movements down like this, you're going to see price go back and smack into the model 1 candle. How are you going to be sure if price is not just going to break this point here and start buying? You're going to see price form a rejection. You're going to see price close below this model 1 candle. Again, showing that the market has formed a market structure shift. The market has turned from being a bullish bias to a bearish bias. Now immediately you see something like this model 1 right here. Then you see price closes below. You want to enter the sell immediately. Immediately you see some rejection around model 1 at key time. You're just gonna enter yourself. Take note, how are you gonna place your entry? After price make this big move down here, you're gonna see price go back up, smack into the model 1, form a rejection and close towards below the model 1 again, telling you that the market has changed its direction. Now immediately you want to place your sell right here and put your stop loss. I just put my stop loss just above the model 1 body candle, but for you to be safe, you just have to put your stop loss just above this third right here and target 50% of the range or the opposite end of the range, like this. Now you're gonna see how price went down, respected the model 1 and go to the target. Now because price tapped into from this rejection right here and started going down, that does not mean price is not going to go up, do some dancing movement and go back down. We have stop loss right here because definitely price might just want to come back to visit all this zone. But your entry should just be at the model 1. Your stop loss, for you to be very, very safe, you just have to put your stop loss just above the third sub. For me, I put my stop loss just above the model 1 body candle most of the times, and sometimes I just put my stop loss just above the third sub to be safe. So this is actually how you can trade model 1 and candle 2. In my next video, I'll be showing you the key times for you to use, or the key times you can actually use to trade CRT, and how you can actually catch all the moves. Maybe when you miss candle 2, how you can actually catch the candle 3 move. I'm going to show you in my next video. Make sure you stay tuned and make sure you subscribe and like the video. See you next time.